not to the swift. Pick yourself up when you fall. You'll be unable to run when you learn how to crawl. Must remain consistent. Develop your skin, cause there's plenty of resistance. Instead of talking about it, let's start at this instant.
This is Moon Ascension Tarot. I have pulled some cards and just want to go over these cards here. So I'm reading this spread as past, present, future. In the past I have the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Swords in reverse, and the Three of, well, the Empress, the Empress card in reverse. I get the feeling of the Knight of Wands not being in alignment with the heart space that interference, well, let me say just the confusion going on in the heart space is causing this person, which is me in this case, causing a block from courage, a block from the will. With the Knight of Wands, we have a horse that is like going into action. I mean, I feel like this signifies action, will, movement. Something's holding you back from moving forward. With the Eight of Swords in reverse, I feel that this speaks to you being able to see the truth. You recognizing how your part in this situation, how you've played a part in where you are currently. And to know that there's a way out of it. To know that you don't have to remain bound to whatever your current beliefs or your current thoughts are. Those thoughts being about being bound, being caged, being stuck. Like, you know the truth. You know that that is false. And the fact that you are caged, bound, and stuck. And it's like, even though you know that, you still are having a hard time moving forward. Or, yet moving forward, which I feel like means that you are still looking backwards. Which means that you're still holding on to the past. Then with the Empress in reverse, I feel like this, going back to the first card, speaking of a blockage of the heart, heart space. You know, this is causing a disruption or an obstruction in the flow of being able to nurture and being able to grow. It's almost like crying over crops that have been lost. You know, whether, you know, it was due to the weather, whether it was due to a lack of nurturing. You know, how are you going to move forward? You still have crops that you need to you have seeds that need to be planted, that need to be nurtured so that you can have a harvest. So instead of crying about what has been lost, you still have to do the work. You still have things, you still have seeds that need nurturing, that need tending to. And you can't do that when you're holding on to the past or looking into the past. So I feel like that's what this first line is saying. Like, you know the truth. You have come to the realization that your thoughts, your beliefs are false. The idea that you are stuck, caged, or held back is false. You know that. You're still finding it difficult to move forward, to let go of the past, and to keep trucking. Getting into action. At the present, we have the Chariot in reverse, the Five of Pentacles upright, and the Queen of Swords upright. I feel like this speaks to presently being on the fence. Yeah, being on the fence, having one foot in the door, one foot out, of being able to move forward. Or maybe it's, you know, your higher self, let me say this, your higher self, you haven't caught up with what your higher self has called you to do. You know, it's just like you have been shown a vision and, you know, you're working towards it, but you haven't gotten, you know, you haven't been able to, you know, rise to the occasion of what is expected of you, what is going to be required of you, you know. Or maybe that is what is holding you back from stepping into action, from moving forward, you know, from taking control, jumping in the driver's seat. With the Five of Pentacles upright, I feel like this is significant to being the first card that's upright. I feel like this signifies being stuck on the loss, or focused on the loss. You know, feeling I feel like it can be a blow to your ego, in the sense that you have put work and energy into trying to build something, you know, and for whatever reason it's not a part of the journey anymore. It isn't included and where you are being led to go now. And there's just, I feel like there's just a difficulty in letting this go. You have the Queen of Swords here. And I feel like in this being upright, I feel like this speaks to, like, you know the truth of the situation. Like, you've been able to and you've been able to analyze the situation and come to the rationalization of like, this is just not included. This is what I need to leave behind. But then there's that part of you, like when I said you have this 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's like this part of you knows that you need to leave certain things behind, and that holding on to them is only just going to be detrimental to the movement forward. And then there's the other part of you that is emotional, that has emotional attachments to what is being left behind, what needs to be removed, and what needs to be let go of. In the future, we have the 6 of Wands in reverse, the 5 of Cups in reverse, and the 9 of Wands in reverse. I feel like with these cards being in reverse, I feel like this is speaking to, if you are to continue to hold on to these old things that need to be removed, then you will see yourself as not being victorious. You may see yourself as a victim, and you will act as such. Like we said, your emotions, what is subjective, could get the best of you. So it's important to stand firm against, just emotions that are manipulating you to feel as if you are a victim, or that you can't get out of a situation, that you are caged, that you are being held back. When you are being presented with an opportunity to move forward, to forge a new path, and to explore something different. The 5 of Cups. It's like, don't be concerned with what has been lost. There's still 2 cups that are upright. Like I said, with the first row of, the Empress, being able to, crying over crops that have been lost. Even if we lost crops, we still need to eat today, tomorrow, and for the weeks to come. So we still need to do our work. We can't cry about what has been lost. So we need to go back to those 2 cups and just work those cups until we build it up to 10 cups again. And with the 9 of Wands in reverse, you can have a different perspective of feeling, of knowing that on this journey you will be met with adversity and you will be met with opposition. We don't have to feel weary and, paranoid because we feel like we always have to be on guard. We can find balance in knowing that it is important to be on guard, but to know that it's not always necessary, that there's also periods to where we can rest and we don't have to be on high alert. And I feel like that's the overall message, is to know that along the journey you're going to have to let things go. Things that you may not want to get rid of. But everything has its time and its place. So it's important to know when to keep it on board and when it needs to be released. At the bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Cups. And we have the Queen of Swords here, where I feel like this is the supporting energy. Having an emotional intelligence, knowing that our emotions are important, but to also know that to not give them so much importance that they rule us. They jump into the chariot and begins to hold the reins. We need to make sure that we are in control, that we are in the driver's seat. That's the reading.